Bro, I feel so sick.
What's wrong, bro? What's wrong?
I don't know.
What's wrong?
Hey, what's going on?
I think we need to send him to the emergency room. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Wait, he seems conscious. If we just take him to the emergency room now, we'll have to wait for several hours. Look, we learned some medical things in school. Maybe we could figure it out ourselves. Oh. His mouth is all dry. I think he's just dehydrated. Wait. Here, drink this. It has electrolytes.
Thank you. How do you know this?
Yeah, we learned this in school.
So good. Okay. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed the plate presentation of our idea, and now we would like to introduce you to the problem and explain the idea.
Has it ever happened to you that you went to the emergency doctor because your personal doctor wasn't working? I believe that everyone's answer is yes. Now, has it ever happened that you had to wait hours at the emergency doctor because there were so many people there, just to later realize that a lot of those people didn't even need an emergency doctor? Now, if your answer is no, then you're lucky. But for those whose answer is yes, can confirm that the waiting lines at the emergency doctors are too long.
Our solution is that we educate people how to help themselves or others in minor accidents, so they can separate when to see a doctor and when you can do something about it yourself. We think it's best if people who work for the organization Red Cross, retired doctors, and students studying to become doctors give educational presentations to people. Those presentations should start in kindergarten because you tend to remember things better if you've been hearing it since you were young. Later, when kids start going to school, we believe it's best if we make it a subject but without grades.
We would learn about various of things, such as how to help someone if they pass out, how to know if they need to see a doctor or if they just needed some water, how to take care of a burn, what to do when you get a cold, and how to know when you should see a doctor, how to recognize the signs of a heart attack, and many more. Now, I would like to mention that we did learn a lot of these things already when we needed it for a driver's license, but let's be honest, most of us have already forgotten it. These presentations would be age appropriate according to the group, and there would be more practical than theoretical work.
Now, as for equipment, presenters would have a recitation doll and a presentation of various pictures so that we can practice on a doll and remember signs from the pictures. As in for our equipment, we came up with the idea of a first aid kit. Everyone would get one, and inside there would not only be the equipment needed to help someone, but also instructions how to help and if it's needed to see a doctor or not.
Now, why we believe this is a great idea? As mentioned at the beginning, we all know that the emergency rooms are too filled. If you think about it, we do this to ourselves because we aren't educated enough. And with our idea, we would all have the knowledge on how to help ourselves and also others in need, meaning not every cough, cut or burn, headache or stomach ache and so on is in need for a doctor. Warning though, this does not mean that if you get into an accident or stop breathing or if you have been throwing up all night and so on that you should help yourself with our kit. In that case, you should definitely see a doctor. But the thing is that when you go see a doctor, you won't have to wait so long because people with basic colds will stay at home and help themselves with our kit.
Lastly, we would like to explain our title. We came up with Med Kits because of the med kit we introduced to you earlier. But it's spelled as kids because it's meant for kids. And it also has a meaning because if we learn about medicine since we are young, we basically are med kids.
To sum up our presentation, we would like to thank you for your patience and for listening to the idea. We hope you will reconsider your decision next time you go to the emergency doctor because of a basic cold.
Thank you very much. Let's see who has the first question for our team. In the back? In the back.
So technically, this will be like a presentation. Do you do like all years of the school or only like in a few years of the grades of the school?
Like we said, we thought that it should start in kindergarten and continue all the way through because, like I said, we all learned this like about a year ago and we remember basically nothing. So we think that it's best if we keep hearing the same thing to never forget it.
Okay, because like in Portugal, we kind of already have one thing like that, but it's more like for the survival thing, like how to revive someone. But we only start like at the 7th grade that. So I think it's a good idea to start where we are little. So I think it's a great idea.
Thank you.
We have another question.
It's less of a question, more of a suggestion based on Lithuanian experience, because usually who is going to and takes the seat and sits and waits for the doctors for no reason? Well, there is a reason. It's pensioners or retired people because they need just attention, psychological consultation rather than help. So maybe something could be offered for those people not to occupy the emergency places.
Yeah, we agree. That's why we also have been thinking how to get these presentations to the adults also. But we had so little time and this was a presentation for our young people, so we didn't really include it in the presentation. But yeah, we have thought about it because this is a big problem because, like I said, even my grandma is the same. So.
Great.
This is less a question, it's more like a comment. Yeah, it's very important what you are saying, but I don't think the full emergency rooms are the main problem here. The main problem here is a heart attack. A person that is getting a heart attack has maybe 4% chance to survive if there is a person who knows how to revive him. This is one thing. And a person who has a heart attack in that moment, it has 20 seconds until it's collapsing and 4 minutes before his brain is half dead. After 10 minutes, this person is dead. So it's very important all of us learn the first aid in this situation. Don't forget, it's affecting all of us, starting from the kids at very young age, also the young people. So whenever you have a chance, learn first aid.
Yeah, we all are very aware of that. That's why, I don't know if you overheard it or you said it because you heard it, but we did include this. When I told you what will we learn about on this presentation, the last line was how to recognize the signs of a heart attack. Yeah, because there are many signs of a heart attack, starting with like the basis of if you can raise your hand, is if I remember correctly. And if we learn those things from when we are in kindergarten and keep hearing these things, like you said, we have almost 0% of making it out alive when we're having a heart attack. So we also agree that this is a very important topic and to spread the knowledge of this around everyone.
We had one more question.
Would this be incorporated as a lesson? And if so, how often would it be? Every week, every two weeks, 2 times every week?
Again, we had so little time that we didn't go into details, but no, I can answer the first part. It wouldn't be as a lesson, like we would be standing here and presenting it to you. No, it wouldn't be like that. It would be more practical work than theoretical work.
Thank you very much.